Men over 60, avoid these foods that kill testosterone. Yeah, I said it, and trust me, this is not just another clickbait headline. Some of you might be nodding already, thinking finally someone's calling this out. Others might be rolling your eyes. Come on, what I eat can't possibly mess with my testosterone, right? Well, what if I told you it absolutely can, and it's happening every single day in millions of households across America without anyone noticing? Let me ask you something. Have you been feeling more tired lately, losing muscle even though you're staying active? Maybe your belly's growing, your sex drive's fading, and you're blaming it all on age. But what if age isn't the enemy? What if it's your breakfast? Here's the truth. Certain foods that are sold as healthy are slowly draining the very hormone that makes you a man, testosterone. And for men over 60, the margin for error is slim. In this video, we're pulling back the curtain on 6 testosterone-killing foods that you might be eating right now and giving you better options to fuel your strength, energy, and vitality. So before we dive in, do us a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with a buddy who needs to hear it. Every click helps us bring more no-nonsense health content to men like you who are tired of guesswork and ready for real answers. Trust me, you're going to want to watch this all the way through, because the third food on this list, it fooled even my healthiest patients. Let's get started. Testosterone crisis in aging men. By the time a man reaches his 60s, his testosterone levels may be 30–50% lower than they were in his 20s. That's not just a theory, it's backed by science. A 2017 study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism confirmed that testosterone declines by about 1% each year after age 30. But for many men, especially those with poor diets or sedentary lifestyles, that decline can be much faster and much more damaging. Testosterone isn't just a sex hormone. It's your drive, your energy, your ability to build and maintain muscle, regulate fat, stabilize mood, and sleep soundly. When testosterone drops, everything changes. Men often feel tired during the day, lose interest in physical intimacy, gain weight, especially around the belly, and even experience mood swings, anxiety, or depression. And yet, most just write it off as normal aging. But what if it's not just age? What if your symptoms are the result of something you can control? The Massachusetts male aging study found that nearly 1 in 4 men aged 60–69 had clinically low testosterone. And in many of those cases, the decline wasn't purely biological, it was environmental and behavioral. Stress, processed food, poor sleep, and a lack of physical activity are some of the biggest contributors. These choices don't just influence how you feel, they actually shut down your body's ability to produce testosterone efficiently. Worse yet, the symptoms sneak up slowly. You don't notice them day by day, but over months or years you look back and realize, I don't feel like myself anymore. That's the hidden danger of low T. It's not sudden, it's subtle. And it's not just about how you feel. A 2006 study in the Archives of Internal Medicine found that men with low testosterone had a 40% higher risk of death over an 18-year period. That's not just about bedroom performance, that's about your lifespan. So the real question isn't, am I just getting old? It's, am I ignoring what my body is trying to tell me? If you're gaining fat, losing strength, feeling drained and disconnected, those may not be just signs of aging. They may be signs your testosterone is in decline. The good news? You can do something about it. Your testosterone levels are not set in stone. With the right changes in diet, exercise, sleep, and stress management, you can support your body's natural hormone production and feel like yourself again. It starts by paying attention, getting tested, and making smarter daily choices. You're not powerless. You're just one decision away from getting back on track. Why food matters more than you think. Testosterone levels are influenced by far more than just age. As a doctor who spent over 30 years working with aging men, I've seen firsthand how diet plays a critical role in hormone health. The truth is, what you eat can either support your testosterone production or slowly shut it down. Your hormones rely on balance, and certain foods disrupt that balance in ways most men don't realize. Processed foods, added sugars, and plastics in food packaging can all increase estrogen-like compounds in your body. For example, a 2019 study in Environmental Health Perspectives linked BPA, a chemical found in many plastics, to significantly lower testosterone levels in men. Even something as simple as microwaving food in plastic containers can shift your hormones in the wrong direction. Food also affects insulin, which is closely tied to testosterone. High-sugar diets spike insulin, which over time promotes fat storage and suppresses testosterone. In fact, research from clinical endocrinology showed that men with insulin resistance had considerably lower testosterone levels than those with healthy glucose control. And here's the kicker. The more belly fat you carry, the more estrogen your body produces because fat tissue contains aromatase, an enzyme that turns testosterone into estrogen. This means the more processed food you eat, the more fat you store, and the more your testosterone suffers. The liver also plays a vital role. It detoxifies harmful compounds and breaks down excess estrogen. But when it's overwhelmed by alcohol, fructose, or toxins, it stops functioning efficiently, and hormone levels fall out of balance. According to the Journal of Hepatology, even mild liver stress can interfere with the hormonal axis that controls testosterone. And we can't forget stress. Chronic stress raises cortisol, a hormone that directly suppresses testosterone. A 2016 analysis in psychoneuroendocrinology confirmed this inverse relationship. So when you're running on caffeine, junk food, and poor sleep, you're not just stressed, you're hormonally depleted. The key question becomes, is the food you eat helping you stay strong, sharp, and energetic, or is it working against you? Fortunately, the solution doesn't require a complete overhaul. Small changes like cutting out sugary drinks, switching to whole foods, and limiting processed oils can significantly improve your hormone health. I've seen countless men over 60 regain their energy, strength, and drive, not through prescriptions, but by changing what's on their plate. Food is powerful. Use it wisely. Testosterone, killing foods and what to eat instead. Number 1. Processed carbohydrates and sugary foods. White bread, sugary cereals, pastries, donuts, and soda might be staples in many American diets, but they are among the worst offenders when it comes to suppressing testosterone. These high glycemic foods spike blood sugar rapidly, leading to a surge in insulin. And while insulin is essential in small doses, chronically elevated levels create hormonal chaos, especially for testosterone. A 2009 study published in Clinical Endocrinology found that men with higher insulin resistance had significantly lower total testosterone levels. In other words, a diet full of refined carbs can shift your body into a hormonal state that favors fat storage and estrogen production. Think about it. How do you feel after a heavy-carb breakfast? Do you feel sharp, energized, and focused? Or do you crash mid-morning craving another hit of sugar or caffeine? That crash isn't just about energy. It's a sign that your hormonal systems are being stressed. Over time, this leads to visceral fat accumulation, particularly around the belly, which becomes a hormone factory of its own, converting testosterone into estrogen via the aromatase enzyme. It's a vicious cycle. I had a patient named Mark, age 64, who came in complaining of constant fatigue and belly weight that wouldn't budge. He started each morning with a bowl of heart-healthy cereal and orange juice, and finished most nights with a dessert or a glass of cola. After reviewing his labs, his fasting insulin was elevated, and his total testosterone had dipped below 300 ng/dl. We made one major change. We removed all refined carbs and replaced them with complex carbohydrates from natural sources. Within 3 months, his energy improved, his waistline shrunk by 2 inches, and his testosterone rose by over 80 points. So what can you eat instead? Start with steel-cut oats. They digest slowly, keeping insulin stable. Add sweet potatoes, which are rich in fiber and beta-carotene, supporting not only hormone balance but eye and immune health. Snack on berries, low in sugar, high in antioxidants, and supportive of healthy blood vessels and nitric oxide production. And instead of reaching for soda, drink water infused with lemon or mint. It's refreshing, supports liver detox, and keeps your hydration in check, which is key for testosterone production. Here's something to consider. When you reach for food, are you feeding your hormones or fighting against them? You don't need to give up carbs completely, but you do need to be smarter about the ones you choose. Your testosterone and your future self will thank you. Number 2, soy-based products. Soy-based foods like tofu, soy milk, edamame, and soy protein bars are often marketed as healthy, but for men over 60, they can quietly interfere with hormone balance. Soy contains compounds called isoflavones, plant-based estrogens that mimic the effects of estrogen in the body. While some people tolerate them well, others, especially aging men with already declining testosterone, may experience negative effects. A 2008 meta-analysis published in Fertility and Sterility reported that high soy intake could reduce serum testosterone levels in certain men, particularly when consumed regularly and in large amounts. Another study from Harvard School of Public Health found that men who consumed high amounts of soy had significantly lower sperm counts compared to those who didn't. I remember one patient, Alan, age 66, who came in with complaints of low libido, soft muscle tone, and persistent fatigue. He had switched to a plant-based diet for heart health and was consuming soy milk in his morning smoothies, tofu at lunch, and soy protein bars post-workout. While his intentions were good, his lab work revealed suppressed testosterone and elevated sex hormone-binding globulin, SHBG, which reduces the amount of free, active testosterone in the body. After replacing soy products with more balanced sources of protein, his symptoms improved within weeks, and his hormone levels began to normalize. For men looking to protect or restore testosterone, it's smarter to choose alternatives that don't carry estrogen-like effects. Grass-fed beef is an excellent option, rich in zinc, B vitamins, and high-quality protein, all critical for testosterone production. Eggs, especially with the yolk, provide healthy fats and cholesterol, which are foundational building blocks of testosterone. If you prefer dairy-free milk, unsweetened almond milk is a great substitute for soy milk, low in sugar and free of phytoestrogens. For those seeking plant-based protein, hemp seeds and chia seeds are nutrient-dense, high in fiber, and don't interfere with hormones. So if you're reaching for soy as a health food, it's worth asking, is it really supporting your hormonal health, or silently sabotaging it? Not every man reacts the same way, but if you're over 60 and already noticing signs of low testosterone, limiting soy might be one of the easiest, most impactful changes you can make. Number 3, beer and alcohol. Alcohol, especially when consumed daily or in large amounts, is one of the most underestimated testosterone killers in older men. Beer, whiskey, vodka, and sugary cocktails not only raise cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, but also increase the activity of aromatase, the enzyme responsible for converting testosterone into estrogen. This shift is particularly harmful for men over 60, whose testosterone levels are already naturally declining. A study published in Alcohol Research and Health confirmed that chronic alcohol use leads to suppressed testosterone and damage to Leydig cells, the very cells in the testes that produce testosterone. Beyond that, alcohol disrupts sleep quality, dehydrates the body, and adds empty calories that promote belly fat, another estrogen factory. I had a patient, Jim, age 68, who enjoyed a few beers every evening. He didn't consider himself a heavy drinker, but he struggled with fatigue, irritability, and a growing waistline. His testosterone level came in at just under 300 ng/dl. After we cut his alcohol intake down to a single glass of red wine a couple of times a week, and added daily hydration and liver-supporting foods, his energy improved, and his labs began trending in the right direction. If alcohol is part of your lifestyle, you don't necessarily need to cut it out completely, but moderation is critical. Opt for better alternatives like low-sugar kombucha, which supports gut health and digestion, a key part of hormone balance. Sparkling water with lime gives you that festive, refreshing feeling without the hormonal hit. Green tea is another smart choice. It's loaded with catechins that may help support testosterone while also boosting metabolism. And if you enjoy a drink, red wine in moderation, no more than 1 or 2 glasses a week, can offer resveratrol, an antioxidant with potential hormonal benefits, but only when consumed sensibly. So before you pour your next drink, ask yourself, is this serving your long-term energy, strength, and vitality, or slowly undermining it? When it comes to alcohol and testosterone, it's not just about how much you drink, but how often. Your body deserves better fuel, especially as you age. Number 4, vegetable oils and trans fats. Vegetable oils and trans fats are among the most damaging dietary choices for testosterone health, yet they're hiding in so many common foods. Oils like soybean, corn, and other highly refined seed oils are cheap and widely used in margarine, packaged snacks, and baked goods. While they've been promoted as heart-healthy alternatives for decades, the science tells a different story, especially when it comes to hormone health in aging men. These oils are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which, when consumed in excess, trigger chronic inflammation. Inflammation interferes with hormone production, reduces insulin sensitivity, and places stress on the endocrine system. A 2010 study in Nutrition and Metabolism found that men who consumed higher amounts of trans fats had significantly lower testosterone levels. I once worked with a patient named Dennis, 65, who had been diligently avoiding red meat and butter, replacing them with margarine and vegetable oil to keep his heart healthy. The problem was, he constantly felt sluggish, gained weight in his midsection, and had low testosterone. His inflammatory markers were elevated, and his diet was packed with processed oils. We switched him to cooking with olive oil and avocado oil, reintroduced moderate amounts of grass-fed butter, and eliminated processed snacks. In 3 months, not only did his testosterone rise, but his inflammation levels dropped, and he felt sharper and more energized. Instead of using inflammatory oils, opt for extra virgin olive oil, which is rich in monounsaturated fats that support heart and hormone health. Avocado oil is a great choice for high-heat cooking. It's stable and nutrient-dense. Grass-fed butter or ghee contains healthy saturated fats and fat-soluble vitamins like K2, essential for hormone production. Coconut oil, with its MCTs, provides quick energy and supports a healthy metabolism without spiking blood sugar or promoting inflammation. So ask yourself, are the oils you're cooking with helping you age with strength or accelerating the decline? Making the switch from processed seed oils to natural, hormone-supportive fats might seem like a small change, but for men over 60, it can be a game changer. Your hormones respond to what's on your plate, and every meal is an opportunity to fuel them right. Number 5. Licorice root. Licorice root might seem harmless, often found in teas, herbal supplements, and even some candies, but it's one of the lesser-known disruptors of testosterone. The active compound, glycyrrhizin, has been shown in multiple studies to lower testosterone levels significantly, even after just a few days of use. A study published in Steroids found that healthy men who consumed just 7 grams of licorice per day experienced a 26% drop in testosterone after 1 week. That's a substantial hit for something most people don't think twice about. I had a patient, Ron, 62, who was trying to manage his blood pressure naturally and began drinking licorice root tea every evening, thinking it was a safe herbal remedy. Over time, he noticed reduced energy and libido, and when we tested his testosterone, it had dropped well below average for his age. Once we eliminated licorice and supported his hormone health through diet and other natural alternatives, his levels began to rise and his energy returned. If you're reaching for herbal teas or supplements, it's worth checking the label. Many men unknowingly consume licorice through herbal blends marketed for digestion or stress relief. Instead, try ginger tea, which not only supports testosterone but also helps with inflammation and digestion. Turmeric golden milk is another excellent alternative, warm, soothing, and rich in curcumin, a compound known to support metabolic and hormonal health. Cinnamon tea is a flavorful option that doesn't interfere with testosterone and can even help regulate blood sugar. Are your daily healthy habits doing more harm than good? When it comes to herbs and teas, even natural choices can have unintended consequences. Reading labels and understanding how certain compounds affect your hormones is especially important for men over 60. Small habits add up, and choosing the right ones can help keep your testosterone where it needs to be. Number 6. Mint, peppermint, and spearmint. Mint is widely used for its soothing effects on digestion, but for men over 60, frequent consumption of peppermint or spearmint, whether in tea, gum, or supplements, may quietly undermine testosterone levels. While it may seem harmless, studies have raised valid concerns. Research published in Phytotherapy Research showed that spearmint consumption significantly reduced testosterone levels in male rats. Another human study, conducted on women with hirsutism, noted a drop in free testosterone after regular spearmint tea consumption, suggesting its anti-androgenic properties could potentially carry over to men as well. While more studies are needed specifically on older males, it's a red flag worth acknowledging. I had a patient, Gary, age 67, who was in great shape but couldn't figure out why his testosterone levels kept dipping. He didn't drink, didn't smoke, and exercised regularly. After reviewing his daily habits, we realized he was drinking mint tea 2 to 3 times a day to ease indigestion. Once he swapped that out for non-hormone disruptive options, his testosterone stabilized and his afternoon fatigue improved. There are far better alternatives that offer similar calming or digestive benefits without hormonal consequences. Lemon balm tea is one of my top recommendations. It's naturally calming, great for digestion, and doesn't interfere with testosterone levels. Chamomile tea is another excellent option. It helps with sleep and reduces stress, which in turn helps maintain healthy testosterone production. If you're looking for something to enhance energy and hormonal support, green tea with ginseng offers antioxidant protection and has been linked to improved testosterone in some clinical trials. Are your go-to beverages quietly working against your hormone goals? Just because something is marketed as relaxing or herbal doesn't mean it's safe for long-term use, especially when hormones are involved. For men aiming to protect their vitality, switching out mint for a smarter herbal choice is a simple but powerful step. Conclusion. So let's recap. If you're a man over 60 and you're feeling slower, softer, and just not like yourself, there's a good chance it's not just age. It could be the food on your plate quietly draining your testosterone every single day. We covered 6 major testosterone killers: processed carbs, soy, alcohol, cheap oils, licorice, and yes, even mint. But the good news: each of those has a powerful alternative that supports your energy, your strength, and your drive, because here's the thing: you don't need to accept low T as your new normal. You're not broken, you're just out of alignment, and that can be fixed. Your body is still capable of more than you think, but it starts with small, smart choices. One meal, one swap, one better habit at a time. If this video helped you rethink your routine, or made you say, "Whoa, I didn't know that," do us a favor, hit that like button so we know you're with us. Subscribe to the channel for more real, science-backed health advice made for men your age. And don't forget to share this video with a friend, brother, or father who could use a little boost. Thanks for watching. Stay strong, stay sharp, and we'll see you in the next one.